This is like 20 questions with Coach Gruden. We're going to go all over the place, talking about great players, current players, strategy, and not in any particular order.
You see it, man.
Pro football's a game in constant evolution. It's always changing. Since you started, what's the biggest changes that you've noticed in the game?
It starts with the rules. You know, the instant replay, rules interpretations have changed.
After reviewing the play, the quarterback's arm was going forward. It is an incomplete pass.
I think the tuck rule is a crock personally. Okay. Too bad you guys screwed that tuck rule up.
That one doesn't count. That play's over with. Come on now.
You never get over that.
That'll be ever.
I'm scarred forever.
That'll be on his headstone.
You and I, we've had dinner together. At least a half an hour is always set aside for you to talk about the officiating.
Used to be when you watched a football game, if there was a holding call, they might show the referee signaling holding.
Testing the on-field microphone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now they got their own television show. We got to put the microphone on the referee so we can hear holding, offense. I see that. Number 75, the right guard. That'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down. It drives me crazy. But if you guys do throw a flag, the film guy, he'll film the flag, and then we'll go right to you, and you'll be able to give some practice on your, Everything's changed. Speed of the game has changed. Shotgun formations.
What do you think of the Wildcat?
I love it. That's all I've been doing lately is studying the Wildcat, the spread options.
And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
We have got us one fun football team to watch.
Sid Gilman had this quote, I want the big play. I'm not going to stay up all damn night trying to figure out how to gain 3 yards. That sounds like Sid, huh?
Yeah, I agree with him. There's a lot, I think, coming with what the NFL saw in the Wildcat last year. You're going to see guys actually throw the ball from the Wildcat, which is going to make things real interesting for some of the defenses in football.
Holy smoke, 2 quarterback play, pitch and catch, and Seneca goes upfield for a big gain.
Play calling, that's one of your areas of expertise.
Give me trips right tight, zebra left, 58 delta, zebra choice.
Who do you think's the best play caller in the game right now?
I say Sean Payton is a great play caller.
Here's what I want, Drew. Pay attention. I want to go fix right /37 weak. Kill 382 sticky Oscar.
They're a full court press team. He's got 5 eligibles in every route, and he'll use all 5.
Got the right coverage here. And here's the shell we want.
They can find a way to get the ball to their best player against your worst defender in the most critical situations.
Perfect setup right there with Reggie Bush running the quick slant. That's a tough assignment for a linebacker.
Well, they played it just like we thought. Can I tell you? Good job. Hey, all wide open.
I wanted to talk to you now about quarterbacks. If you could go back in history and pick one quarterback and bring him back in his prime, who would you want to coach?
I'd probably coach Roger Staubach. You ever see his old college footage?
Yeah.
You have any of that in the vault here?
Yeah, sure we do.
I like Roger Staubach. What he stood for, what kind of guy he was. Roger the Dodger. He'd be all
you're talking
over.
about leadership, competitiveness.
Yeah, mobility.
But not a particularly great passer.
Maybe not, but, he got it done.
The longest pass play of the year for Roger Staubach.
Joe Namath. I'd like to try that, too.
Why?
He's a good-looking guy. Could have checked out his girlfriends. I just think he'd have been a lot of fun to be around. He had the most beautiful release. I think he'd have been a lot of fun to coach. And his spirals, the revolution. You ever see one of Namath's spirals?
He'd throw a ball and it made a sound. I never went, every time he threw.
I've never heard that sound.
Yeah. Like that. I want to throw a couple quarterbacks' names at you that are playing now and just give me a little thumbnail pro and con on them. Ben Roethlisberger.
He's gigantic. When I met Roethlisberger, I thought he was a power forward or something in the NBA. He's a guy that makes more plays on his own than any guy in the league.
Boy, that is just unbelievable. Classic Big Ben Roethlisberger right there.
And sort of opposite him would be Drew Brees, who's sort of normal-sized guy, not impressive looking, and yet look at the numbers that he puts up.
Yeah, he's a personal favorite of mine. Maybe he doesn't have the biggest arm, but he understands where everybody is all the time.
Brees drops, can't find anybody, scrambles out of trouble, throws back in the end zone, easy touchdown.
He runs the show.
Just knife like a dodge route. Put your foot in the ground and come underneath, and I'll just hit you right there, okay?
The protection cracks. He knows where to go with the football to get a completion, not just a throwaway.
You got Drew Brees back there. I mean, he reads everything so well. Drew knew exactly where he was going with the football.
He's a Terminator, and I love him.
Peyton Manning.
He's the sheriff. He loves the pressure-packed moments of the game. He loves it.
Give me time, we'll hit the touchdown here, okay?
I remember we blitzed everybody we had. He got out of the way and threw a touchdown pass.
Beautiful check off by Peyton Manning. A perfect throw.
He came running on the sidelines right next to me. He says, "Are you kidding me? Are you going to do that to me? Are you out of your mind?" I said, "Just get away from me. You know, it's 30-7. You've done enough. You've done enough damage."
George Allen always used to tell me that a great defense will always beat a great offense because it's much easier to destroy something than it is to build it.
I tend to agree with that.
If you're coaching today and you could pick one defensive player for your team, who would it be?
Yeah, I'd probably take Dwight Freeney. You know, he plays at full speed all the time. His effort is premier in the league.
You see Freeney right there?
Freeney's get off, his relentless get off, makes him a guy you got to account for.
Let's talk about some receivers. Randy Moss.
Love him. He's the most dominant touchdown machine that I've seen. 20 touchdowns in a season is unbelievable.
For Randy Moss, touchdown reception number 23, an NFL record.
When the ball's in the air, he finds a way to get it.
How do you compare him to Jerry Rice? Rice, to me, I mean, in fairness, he might be the greatest football player who ever lived.
I'd live by that statement, having coached him. Yeah. I was with the 49ers, as you remember. I was the boy there. And seeing him in his fury days in San Francisco, he was a nasty, physical, well-conditioned, 60-minute attacking machine, Jerry Rice. That's just what made him great.
You know, there's another interesting receiver, is that Steve Smith.
I call him Freddy Krueger. He scares the hell out of me. He doesn't look big, but he plays big. If you watch some of the piles of trash he's come out of over the years, his splash reel, it might be more impressive than anybody's.
Splash reel, what do you mean?
I mean, his highlight tape. And if you put a 10-play reel of Steve Smith on, the best plays, the most exciting plays that he's made in his career, it might be the best 10-play reel you got here in these vaults.
Whoa. You know, we're talking splash plays.
I'm talking about some
I'll
of the...
throw John Mackey. Gale Sayers. Barry Sanders. You you come up with your best splash reel.
That'll be a fun project.
And we'll have a judge.
Steve Smith's on my list, though. I can get into the NFL film library and pull my own music to put to my splash reels.
Whatever you want.
Because I know you're going to use some of that fancy music. I'm going to get some good tunes for my guys, too.
All right, we're on. What was your greatest strength as a coach?
I don't have many strengths left. You know, I've had kryptonite shoved in my pockets. I don't have any plays to call right now, but you know what? I don't know. I loved it. That was my greatest strength. I loved going in there every day. Got up early, stayed in there. I want you to come in motion. Quick this right here. I want to get your hands on the ball, man. I loved helping a guy get better, and I really felt responsible for that.
Ooh, I like that. Damn. I love it, man. You love football, don't you, John?
Is this the greatest place in the world? I'm talking right here.
You gotta love this, don't you? Cry me.
I loved every part of it. I love the strategy. I love the fighting yourself out of a hole.
Come on, hey, one stop! One stop! One stop! Come on!
Dropping Gannon, looking Gannon, throws up the middle. There it is! The dagger's in! We're gonna win the Super Bowl!
Super Bowl, baby! Boom, boom, boom! Right there!
I love the guys that play, you know, the pros.
Bring out the play, man. That's happening for you, man. So proud of you, man.
I love it, and I think that's something that I've been real blessed with, to have had a job that I really like doing.